right, 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. It's Thursday morning, and it's time for Veterans News. Gary Pascale and Joe Martone sitting in the captain's seats. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, good morning, Larry. Good morning, Joe. Good morning, veterans and our great listeners out there.
Good morning, Gary. It's a Thursday. Time for Veterans News on AM Ocala Live, and we're glad to present it to everyone out there as one of the presenters, I guess you would call us, huh?
Amen. And we, on this beautiful Ocala morning, that was 53 degrees when I left my house to come here.
Yeah.
I wish everybody a great day. Unfortunately, we do have to start off with a couple of law enforcement casualties that we'd like to mention and honor them and their families. We have police officer Philip Lynn Meacham, who was with the Hopkinsville Police Department in Kentucky. His end of watch was March the 29th. And we have Trooper First Class Kevin M. Miller, who was with the Connecticut State Police. His end of watch was March 29th also. Our thoughts and our prayers are with the families of these police officers. Larry?
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
And we welcome everyone back to Veterans News here on Good Morning.
And Joe, we couldn't do Veterans News if it wasn't for the generosity of yourself and the wonderful people who sponsors us. And one of them is the great folks at Hires Baxley. Hires Baxley has had generations of family honor them with their trust and their confidence. And they believe it's because of the last 128 years, their team of caring professionals have established a reputation of serving families with excellence and compassion. Hires Baxley currently partners with the Boy Scouts of America, Troop Number 72, to properly dispose of decommissioned American flags. They're also a drop-off location for the program Cell Phones for Soldiers and helping to provide minutes that matter and helping heroes home. Hires Baxley is located at 910 East Silver Springs Boulevard in our own beautiful Ocala. If you have any questions, you can call them at area code 352-629-7171, and information can also be found on the World Wide Web by simply placing in hires-baxley.com. And I also want to mention that they partner with Veterans Helping Veterans to provide hygiene items and items of food for veterans also. And they're a great partner to have, Joe.
We love the partners that help. And there's so many out there, and we're grateful for everyone. There's a lot of people that give behind the scenes that we don't know about. Only a few do, and a lot of them are anonymous. And we like that last name, Anonymous. We also like Veterans News is brought to you by Bob Wine's Community Gardens and Nursery, 2610 Southeast 38th Street in here in Ocala. When it comes to landscaping, Bob Wines has what you need. Everything from small plants to large trees, mulch, fertilize, and so much more. Bob Wines will even deliver, plant, and guarantee their trees. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery has been keeping you blooming since 1952. If you have a question, no problem. Give them a call, 352 352-629-5766. That's 352-629-5766. And remember, Bob Wines salutes the veterans by giving you 10% off with proper identification. There you go.
And I got my 10% off last time I went, Joe.
You stinker, you.
I used your gift certificate that you gave me for Christmas.
You
that
double
got me
stinker,
with.
you. Well, we're proud. We're proud to help out where we can, and when we can, yeah.
But we do got a couple events coming up, Joe.
Which is the closest one to us?
Okay, the closest one to us is the quarterly memorial.
There
Okay,
we go.
where they honor all the veterans of Marion County that passed away through the quarter. That's Saturday, April the 14th at 10 a.m.
A week from this Saturday.
A week from this Saturday, and it'll be in our own beautiful Marion County Veterans Memorial Park, located at 2601 Southeast Fort King Street in Ocala.
For I don't want to say a small town, but for an area like this, that is a pretty decent sized memorial area.
It sure is, and
A lot of care and work's been put in there, and it's upkept. There's no graffiti. I don't think it's been damaged per se, because they respect the veterans. Thank goodness. Even the gangs or whoever's are out there, the transits, they respect that one area, because I've walked through it a few times and the different memorials to the different troops and what have you. It's all clean.
it is, and it gives a sense of peace. And if you walk through there, there's a little something for everybody in there, you know.
Even the Statue of Liberty.
Even the Statue of Liberty. So,
I've got to go research that, see where that came from and why it was put there and all that, you know. Because that's unusual, a miniature Statue of Liberty there, you know. So, anyway, are we ready for our break, Larry?
Sure.
Let's do this.
All right, we'll be right back. This is the Source WOCA Ocala.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. The burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Whatever you do these early April days, do not miss the truckload sale on azaleas at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. The whole town's talking about Bob's huge selection, starting with those popular dogwood azaleas at a history-making low price, just $2.99. And of course, Bob still has thousands of others, including those dwarf ever-blooming red ruffle azaleas, still just $3.99. And while you're at Bob Wine's, be sure to visit their exciting newly redone greenhouse, just loaded with bromeliads and orchids and wind chimes and bird baths, and many items selling at up to 20% off. Truckload tree sale too, many trees at 2/3, 66% off. Don't miss out, the selection is ginormous at Bob Wine's Camellia Garden, Southeast 38th Street, just east of Lake Weir Avenue. Daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3, homegrown, locally owned, same place since 1952.
The NFL alumni is sponsoring a Clays for Kids, a sporting event to benefit the Marion County Champions for Champions. The event will take place at the Robinson Ranch in Inglis, Florida
on Saturday, April 7th.
Call 427-0950 for detailed information. The NFL alumni will provide gift bags, breakfast, lunch, prizes, and drawings throughout the day. Call 427-0950 for detailed information on the Clay for Kids sporting event hosted by the NFL alumni.
Are you or someone you know looking for a new career in healthcare? Is the cost of training preventing you from taking that next step? Palm Garden of Ocala can help. We will pay all tuition and exam fees, plus a bonus to you on completion of the class, and another bonus on completion of a successful orientation. For more information, stop by Palm Garden or call 352-854-6262. That's 854-6262.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Yeah, we are back with Veterans News here on a Thursday, the 5th of April already. Poof, there it is. Well, a Florida man passed himself off as a war hero and applied for a job with the city of Port St. Lucie, and he was arrested after it was discovered that he never served in the military, police said. His name is Edward, who will leave the rest alone. Was arrested Tuesday on felony charges of fraudulently obtaining a Florida driver's license, uttering a forged instrument, and unlawful use of uniforms, medals, and insignia. The Port St. Lucie police sergeant said an investigation began on March 8th, and it's so forth and so on. It's very lengthy, but he should be ashamed of himself, and all those that do that should be ashamed of themselves. If you're a veteran, be proud. If you're not, be supportive. Don't try to live off other people's sacrifices, And I'm glad he got caught. I'm glad he got put into the hooskow, as they say.
Well, it's an honor to serve this country. Okay. And it's an honor that once you serve this country that, even afterwards, if you're honorably discharged, that you're allowed to wear awards and decorations. But the key is, Joe, they've got to be awards and decorations, that you've earned. And,
that are legit. Oh, yeah.
And if not, I believe it's a felony,
Well, he was wearing a Silver Star.
Yeah.
Medal, and it was spelled incorrectly. So there you go. And then there was only 4 Distinguished Service Medals awarded, and he was not one of the recipients from 1985 to 2013. So it goes on and on and on. So the man was just like, are you serious? And the same with the panhandler. I call them panhandlers because they stand in front of these stores and say, well, I'm a veteran. And then a real veteran, quote unquote, walks up to them and asks, well, what unit were you in? What's your MO? And they just sit there and go, blah, 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 I don't know. So they say, okay. And then they're quietly escorted off the property. But it's like, it's a shame. It is a shame.
Well, if I see one, I hand them one of our cards. For the Veterans Resource Center. Mm-hmm. If they are truly a homeless veteran and in need, we'll take care of them that day.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Don't pass yourself off as something you're not.
That's right. This isn't a show.
I could remember when I was in AIT. AIT, yeah.
What's AIT?
Advanced Individual Training. In my case, it was infantry. But it was a 9-week course right after basic training.
Oh,
and one of the young soldiers, he probably was about 18 years old. He had to go home on leave because he had a funeral, which was a terrible thing. And that's back when we wore the khakis. Well, he went over to the PX. And he bought every ribbon they sold and put it on his thing and went to that funeral. And I guess there was a lot of veterans at the funeral.
Oh.
They beat the tar out of that boy. So he learned not to do that.
Oh, well.
So if you don't earn them,
don't wear them. That's it. So what else do we have about
you were just talking about our beautiful Veterans Park, and let me give some kudos to Jeffrey Askew. He does a great job over there taking care of that place. That's part of his domain.
Look at his domain.
God bless him because
watching too much TV.
He does a good job. But we're going to be honored with the traveling wall May 24th to May 28th. We talked a little bit about it last week.
Now, for those who don't know what the traveling wall
traveling wall.
Yeah, it's a replica of the Vietnam Veterans Wall that is in Washington, D.C., of all the fallen veterans and servicemen and women. And there's a lot of names. And there's a little space at the end. As they still find them, they still add them on, I understand, at the end of the wall.
Yes.
The ones that are missing in action and the remains that are found. Don't do that, please. Thank you. Sorry. For those who didn't see him do it, he grabbed the mic to adjust it, and you hear it. I tell you what. But the wall is something to see if you were able to get to Washington, D.C. But if you're not, we're going to have a replica of it here. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it comes to you. That's the great thing. And it's not just seeing the wall, okay? But they've got some really good stuff planned here. They've got music from St. Paul's Church. They're going to do a POW MIA presentation, a flag history program. There's going to be a chaplain program with a choir. There's the Marion County Civic folks are going to be there. There'll be a Memorial Day program because it happens to be here over that time. You know, what great timing.
24th to the 28th?
It's the 24th through the 28th.
There we go.
They're also going to do a closing ceremony, and I love this because I seen one of the license plates the other day. They're going to honor Gold Star families.
Explain what Gold Star family is.
The Gold Star family is a family that lost somebody in a war. We used to be Gold Star mothers, and during World War II, what they actually did, they had a Gold Star, and they would proudly display it in the window that they lost one of their sons in battle, or one of their daughters.
This is going to age us a little bit, but we never know who is listening, so I like to educate the young ones that aren't aware of a lot of the lingo that Gary just spits out all the time, that you presume, but I never presume. Because you said we're going to have a memorial or a little service for the POWs. And then you had MIAs.
MIA.
And people don't know. Some people are so young, they don't know what a POW is or MIA. Of course, if you watch some movies and this and that, they say what it is. But tell them what it is, please.
Okay, a POW is somebody that was a prisoner of war. And, every war we've been in, we've had some really ugly enemies that treated them terrible. Yeah. So there was no such thing as being in a good prison if you were a prisoner of war. Yeah. MIA is missing in action. And basically what that means after all this time, if we're talking to Vietnam, is, I know there's rumors and stuff that there's still camps and stuff over there, but, that I couldn't confirm or deny.
Years.
But they didn't, it means they didn't find them, or they weren't able to repatriate their remains. Right. And of course, KIA is killed in action. Right. And also on this Memorial Day celebration with the wall coming, they're going to have a Huey helicopter. They're going to have track vehicles. They're going to have combat veterans memorial trucks there. They're going to have a Nautilus submarine replica.
Cool.
That's right up the Navy's alley there.
Thank you so much.
Other combat vehicles, okay? And it's rumored that we're going to be visited by a Black Hawk helicopter. There'll be a food truck there.
So a Black Hawk helicopter?
Black Hawk helicopter.
So they're going to put that on a flatbed lodge.
Yeah, and
I don't know of any spot where they can land one of those babies in that area. So they'll bring it in on flatbeds. It's going to be full. And I guess all the parking will be at the library.
Yeah, the library. And
are they going to do a shuttle from across the street? Do you know?
I haven't heard, but that's something that I'll ask Jeffrey, and if he says yes.
Because there's a big parking lot across the street, and it would be nice that would make sense. Oh, did I say that out loud? That make sense. I'm sorry.
Speaking of that big parking lot across the street, I don't know if you know anybody influential, Joe, but it sure would be nice if the VA clinic was over there, because that parking lot's right across the street from us. And
yeah, well, that was the old Albertsons or something?
Yeah, it used to be Sears at one time.
What's getting me, and I ask every time I go in, any more news, I haven't heard anything, but the funds have been approved and allocated, and I'm not talking a couple of, I'm talking millions. That's already, here's the check. There it is. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Why they haven't moved on it, I'm going, huh? And as I know, that's a year ago. So it's like, why? I don't know. I can't get a straight answer. But
And as a patient of the Ocala Clinic.
Yes, we are.
And it's a great clinic.
Yes.
We love the doctors and we love the nurses and all that, and the people that work there. Even the lab techs, if you're listening.
Oh, I tell you, when I don't feel the needle. It's like, we're going to get blood. Really, when are you going to start? We just finished. Oh, okay. That's how good they are. They
do a good job.
Yeah.
I would love to see them get
They go above and beyond, because the clinic doesn't open until 7:30. But you get there 15 minutes before, He was taking my blood at 7:15 or 7. He said, I'm here. I might as well start working. I'm going, really? That's how dedicated those people are. And it's well organized, courteous, efficient. I don't care what the news says everywhere else. I'm talking about our clinic here. I've never had a problem with them, quote unquote. Very well put together. The problem that they have is they're so tight. I mean,
it's tight.
Oh, very, very tight. And as they start building out that facility across the street, like you're saying, that Albertsons, it's going to take at least a year, maybe 2, to build it out. To make it a facility that's operable, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Now, this money that was allocated, I haven't gotten into it truthfully on how much is that for the building, how much is that for personnel, how much is that for equipment. Because, you're not going to move they have the equipment in there, but when you move to a new facility, usually you get new equipment. What's happening, and more equipment, more services that might not be available here right now. For example, the ultrasound that has to be done. The closest clinic's on Route 42, I think it is, or Country Road 42 at the Villages there. The other clinic there, they have that in there. But they have places where you go, physical therapy. It's all in there. If we could do something like that here,
an X-ray, CT scan. That's
that over there too.
Yeah, that's what they're kind of looking at. That way, we don't have to go to Gainesville, for everything. We could just go right there. And also, a big deal is the pharmacy. Like when you go there a day you're sick, if you go there kind of on an emergency basis and you need an antibiotic or something like that, having a pharmacy there would be
that would be efficient.
And I think do they have one in the Villages, a pharmacy?
I don't know. I only go there for special stuff that the clinic doesn't have here, or a procedure that I have to be done.
Yeah, see, I live on the far north end. I'm about halfway between Gainesville and Ocala, so I haven't been able to check the Villages out yet.
Yeah, but it's nice. It's clean.
That's what I've heard.
Big.
That's what I've heard. Big, yes.
So that's what we need here, and apparently, like I said, the funds are available. But what's the whole? I haven't. Give me homework, Gary.
Well, if the new didn't the president appoint a new VA chief or something? Recently, that's what I heard. Or if you didn't,
I missed that one.
The old one. I hope you're listening. Let's get this show on the road because the veterans in Ocala, we want a bigger clinic.
Well, last I heard, and this is a figure a couple of years old, so it might have changed. There's over 55,000 veterans in Marion County. That is a lot of veterans just in Marion County. That's not counting Lake Sumter, the surrounding counties that our signal does reach, because if you're watching us on the internet, you around the world. So, Gary, on that note, it is the end of the morning already.
It's the end of the morning.
So do your thing.
And for Hank Whittier, I just want to say, God bless America.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.